Welcome back to Villnoire. Before we get started, I'm going to do one thing right away here. I am going to save in a second slot, because after the game crash that we had in the Granville Depths last time, I don't know what's going to happen. And if we end up with another game crash, I want to make sure that if I have to throw away an entire recording, I have a save file that I can pick this up again from. Hopefully, that won't need to happen. But just in case, I'm letting you know that now I am creating a second save. Okay, so last time on Villnoire, we explored the Granville Depths. We went through the Granville Depths, and as we did, Zach showed his true colors. We came across a rotten, rickety bridge, and he crossed it, knowing that it was fairly dangerous, but led us to believe that it was completely safe. Lucas ended up crossing shortly after, and then as Brice began to cross, Zach basically forced the bridge to collapse out from under him in the hopes that it would kill Brice. He then chased off further into Granville Depths to find out whether or not he actually had succeeded in killing or severely harming Brice so that he could finish him off, and Lucas chased after him, at which point it became realized exactly what Zach was doing. He is from Lahan Village, a village that was full of druids that was massacred and destroyed by the Inca army under orders from Vorian Van Hart and Adre Van Hart. He was seeking revenge against Brice. I'm just going to put Amelia in the back here. He was seeking revenge against Brice, as he thought that it was Brice who had committed that act of genocide on Adre's orders. Little did he know, however, because he ran away before he ever actually saw Brice take a life, that Brice never did take a life. He never actually did kill any of the druids. And in fact, it was Lucas who was standing there, who knew that if Brice did not follow orders, he would be disgraced by his family and imprisoned and possibly even killed. And so Lucas stepped up and fulfilled that role for Brice, and it was Lucas that actually carried out the massacre of the druids of Lahan Village, a burden which he has carried with him ever since. He did it to protect Brice, but the guilt still weighs heavily on his conscience, even though it's quite likely that there would have been really no other choice, and even if Lucas hadn't stepped up, Adre or Vorian would have committed the genocide themselves. Upon hearing this information, Zach betrayed Lucas, attempting to kill him, and that is where the story has come full circle to where we started in episode 1, with Lucas being gravely injured in the Granville Depths. After recounting that tale to Dalbert and Amelia in the village of Granville, Dalbert refused to go back to Sekmet Desert to cure Reyson, as his powers are no longer strong enough to do so, and even if they were, he does not agree with Reyson's plan to kill Vorian. He believes that all that will do is continue a cycle of hatred and violence, and it won't actually solve anything. Amelia, however, is in fact a powerful druid who also has ailment healing magic. And so Amelia, seeing that there's possibly a bigger picture involved here, has decided that she wants to come with us back to Sekmet to cure Reyson. So we are going to do that, but before we do, we are on our way to catch up with Zach, who has returned to Lahan Village, believing that he has enacted his vengeance and he can finally return home. We wish to catch up with him and see if we can tell him a little bit more of the truth behind the situation and the full story, because it seems there's still some details that have been left out. And Brice has gone back to Lucas's cabin on Palmyra Island to look after Kyra, Lucas's wife. So we will likely need to catch up with him shortly after as well. But for now, we have arrived on the island with Lahan Village. It's actually the same landmass that is shared with the imperial city of Inker. And so we are now outside Lahan Village, and we're about to step inside and see just what awaits us here. A once proud village of druids that now exists as ruins. While the buildings may still stand, many of the citizens do not. Lahan Village, let's enter. It looks even worse here than I imagined. I said to myself I would never come back here. I didn't want to look at what Inker had done. What I had done. This place will never recover, will it? I remember marching away after the attack. All the buildings were still on fire. Even after we had walked some of the distance, the heat was still so intense. I'll never forget that. It was just supposed to be a routine mission. We were only supposed to observe the druids. We had heard rumors that the community had started to practice dangerous magic. Of course, as soon as we arrived, it was obviously a cover story. The druids were peaceful. It looked like any other village. Vorian and Adre knew exactly what they were here to do. Everything happened so fast after that. No one questioned what we were doing. Maybe some of the other troops actually believed they were doing the right thing, but who knows? I remember Brice's face when Adre called him out of the crowd to slay the druids he lined up. I've never seen anyone with an expression like that. I'm guessing it was some sort of initiation. Anyway, there's no point in me dwelling over the past. I can't change what happened. Let's hurry and try to find Zack. We should ask around town to see if anyone knows anything. Search Lahan Village for any trace of Zack. Okay. We assigned all the AP that we needed, yeah? Yeah, we did. Okay. So we'll save, and away we go. My goodness, a human in our village? Are you friends of Zack by any chance? He's recently come back to the village. I can't think of any other reason why your kind would want to come here. Yeah, you could say that. If he's recently come back to the village, do you know if he's still here now? I thought as much, but I'm afraid Zack doesn't live in the village anymore. Ever since we were attacked by the Inca army, he's lived alone in the Lahan Forest. Lahan Forest, okay. What a surprise, it's raining in Lahan Village again. Sometimes even the most basic tasks are impossible in this village. I don't ask for much in this life, just the simple pleasures. If only. I don't want to cause any trouble, but I can't supply a human with a weapon. Not after all the things that have happened here. The only human I trust to sell to is Zack. I'm sorry, but even if you say you are friends of Zack, I can't sell my goods to you. Maybe I'll reconsider if you bring Zack here with you the next time. Until then, it's a no. That's reasonable. And meanwhile, I guess I'm just stealing from these people now? Okay. Well, okay. I'd like to see the Inca army try to invade this village again. Next time I'll be ready for them. I'm not scared of Vorian or his henchmen. It's about time someone did something. Don't be ridiculous. Do you really think we would stand a chance against them? Why do you think they left us alive? It's because they know we're not a threat to them. A druid's powers can become weaker with age, just like our physical bodies. My powers are nothing compared to when I was a young man. I don't even think druid circles respond well to me anymore. The Lahan Forest is a living being as much as you or I. The forest can see the soul of everyone who enters, and anyone who has or intends to hurt druids will become lost. There was a human boy called Zack who lived in this village. He was the only human I've ever known the Lahan Forest to trust. I think he would have sooner hurt his own kind than a druid. The Lahan Forest used to encompass this whole village, hiding it from the outside world. Only druids and those the forest trusted could pass through it safely. It protected us. That is until the Inca army burned their way through. Not even the ancient magic could survive that kind of destruction. I don't think the Lahan Forest will ever recover. I guess that's one way to get through a magical forest that constantly gets you turned around, is just burn it down. Wood from the Lahan Forest is special. It burns hotter and longer, and for longer than normal wood. No one knows exactly how the forest is blessed with such magic. Some say it was the Maiden of Palmyra. Either way, the wood is vital for this village. Without it, the residents would never be able to keep warm for long enough. That's why I'll keep chopping wood every day for as long as I can. Oh. The man you're looking for does not reside in Lahan Village anymore. I wondered if you would come looking for him. Lucas Steed, the Inca soldier. Wait, what did you say? I'm not an Inca soldier anymore. But how on Villnoire did you even know that anyway? Who are you? My name is Alastia. I'm the elder druid of Lahan Village. I know many things. I know the girl you're traveling with is Amelia Elmore. It is rare to see a human and a druid together. Some sort of prophet or something? I did not remember your name. The Lahan Forest did. The forest whispered it to me. It told me you are here to look for Zach Almery. If that is true, then please sit down. That's right, I am. I'm not here to cause any trouble or disturb the peace here. All I want to do is talk to Zach and I'll leave. Please, can you tell me where he is? Zach does not live in Lahan Village, not since the attack from Inca. Zach always found it difficult being the only human in Lahan. His parents were both druids, but unfortunately he was not. Yeah, I remember him saying something like that before. He said it's possible for druids to have human children in rare circumstances. I didn't think he was talking about himself. That is correct. All his life he has hated his human ancestry, but we all accepted him. Only he couldn't accept it himself. His family were among those killed by Inca in the attack. He left Lahan Village the next day to live alone. He would never admit this, but he feels guilty. Guilty for surviving when no one else in his family did. He's such a troubled young man. I see. I didn't know any of that. I knew he hated Inca, but I never truly understood why. I should have talked to him more, listened to him. Did he come back to Lahan Village? Have you seen him? A few days ago, Zach did come back to the village after some years away. He told me he had finally avenged the druids who'd lost their lives here. He expected a wealth of praise from me. He told me he had killed the man responsible. He was proud of himself, and that I should be proud of him too. But I was not. There was no single man guilty of what happened to Lahan Village. Zach doesn't blame you, not deep down. He blames himself. That is why he cannot bear to live in Lahan Village. The plot for revenge has kept his mind distracted from the truth. I see. So you knew I was the one Zach tried to kill. Then you must also know that I was part of the attack. I don't know what to say. If you knew, then why are you telling me all of this? Because I remember a young human boy growing up in Lahan Village. He used to crack jokes about everything and anything, but he never meant any harm by it. That boy has lost his way. The Zach that came here looking for my approval of his campaign for revenge is not the real Zach. The real Zach was a sweet boy. He was difficult at times and troubled, but he was not evil. I cannot reach that boy anymore. Something tells me you might be the key. Please, will you bring the real Zach home to us? He has been lost and alone for so long. It would seem Amelia can hear the whispers of the Lahan Forest too. Zach has a cabin he built by himself, hidden among the trees. The forest says he is still there. What? I don't understand what you mean. I can't hear anything. Are you really saying druids can communicate with the forest? Surely that's not possible. The Lahan Forest is unlike any other place in Villnoire. It isn't just alive, but it has a mind, a heart. The relationship between the forest and the druids of Lahan Village runs deep. The Lahan Forest has protected us for many years. I do not bear a grudge against you, but the forest is still uncertain. The Lahan Forest remembers everything, and it has not forgotten what you did. I hate what I've done. Every day it haunts me. Even if I try to forget it, I can't. I'm not going to pretend I can change the past, but I'm willing to do whatever I can to change the future. How very noble. The forest is amazed anyone who has harmed a druid. However, if the Lahan Forest thinks you are seeking redemption, then it might test your resolve. Or it may claim your life. I don't care. I haven't come all this way to turn back again. There are too many people relying on me, Zach included. This is a risk I'm willing to take. I'm not hiding away anymore. I understand. I will make sure that none of the residents stop you from entering. Go behind my home to reach the Lahan Forest. I wish you good luck. I do hope you find the real Zach. Amelia, this is my mess. If you want to stay here, I wouldn't blame you. I don't really know how Zach will react to seeing me again. It could be dangerous. You know, I had a feeling you'd want to come. To be honest, I'm glad you do. You saved my life once already, I just hope you don't have to do it again. Come on, let's go together. Zach built a cabin in the heart of the Lahan forest not long after the attack. Reaching him won't be easy. If you truly wish to find him, that is where he will be. Living in a cabin alone in the woods, in a difficult relationship with the mayor? It sounds so oddly familiar. I have more in common with Zach than I ever thought. Despite all my attempts, Zach is still all alone in this world. It would fill my heart to think he has finally made some friends. I hope you can reach out to him. Oh, jeepers. Okay. Ta-da! I knew you wouldn't be able to resist me if I disguised myself like a treasure chest. You're pretty much a kleptomaniac with all the treasure chests you help yourself to. So place is blooming depressing, isn't it? Being a druid myself, I should feel sympathetic to their cause, but I'd much rather follow you around the world showering gifts on you. The only thing that's going to cheer you up in this joyful vacuum of a town is a fun question. We'll get you smiling again. Let me know when you're ready to turn that frown upside down. Okay, alright. Let me at least search some chests. Let me check this bookshelf. There's a book here called Lacria Legends. Okay, that is probably the answer. Let's find out. See, I knew you'd want to play. I'm really upping the ante this time, as I've got a really good gift I've been holding on to for a while. Oh, magical drumroll. Complete the following sentence. Ren and Lena are two siblings living in Lahan Village in the story of blank legends. All you need to do is guess the missing word. Lacria. No. That guess is nothing short of laughable. I'm not actually laughing though, as this is a two-way relationship. You're not putting the effort in. Have another guess before I cry actual tears. Lacria. Lacria? Yeah. Okay. The way to my heart is either through correct answers or a giant blade through the chest, and believe me when I say you've got both. As I promised, this is my special awesome treasure. An immunity badge. Okay. Well, that's all for now. I've got one more super special gift left in me, I think. Obviously, you'll have to wait until the next town. I'm a creature of habit, you know. Toodles! Alright. What does the immunity badge do? Let me guess. Increase resistance to all status effects by 75%. So it's basically just a better version of the Hardy badge. Well, then let's give it to Amelia. I'm starting to think Mayor Alistia isn't going to schedule any repairs to the village. Everything is still in ruins from the attack. My house leaks and lets in the damp, and it's always so cold. How can she expect all of us to live like this? I know we're a poor village and there aren't any strong youngsters to help with the repair work, but surely something can be done. What would be the point in rebuilding? The Inca army will just come along and stomp all over us again and again. Mayor Alistia knows that, and deep down I know you do too. If any of us could afford to move and start a life elsewhere, where would we go? There's nowhere left for old druids like us. This is all that we're ever going to have. Yeesh. I come here every single day to pay my respects to the dead. No matter how many days pass, I'll never stop. It must be so cold and lonely down there for them. It's the least I can do. No need to rest right now. I don't think I can remember the last time I saw the sun shining down on Lahan Village. It rains here constantly, and it drips through most of the roofs too. If only there was a way to stay dry. It's not exactly going to solve the problem, but I do have an umbrella you can have. At least you can walk around the village and stay dry. Trendy umbrella. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much, young man. It's going to help me more than you can imagine. I have little possessions, but I'd like you to have this. Cuddly rabbit? Oh, okay. That cuddly toy was my daughter's, and she passed it on to her son when he was born. Neither of them are around anymore, so I hope you find someone who will love and enjoy it. Some of the residents had their names completely destroyed by the homes completely destroyed by the army, and they've never been rebuilt. So this inn acts as their home now and gives them a safe place to sleep. So even though we don't get visitors to Lahan Village, this inn is always busy. Making the beds and tidying up. It's the only way I can repay the hospitality. Okay. This village is depressing, to say the least. Nothing new there. You might have noticed already, but you won't find any children or teenagers in this village. When the Inca army attacked, they didn't let any of them survive. I've often questioned why they let us older folk live, but I've since realized that a life without loved ones, a life without laughter, that is the true punishment. Morian hated us the most. Magician essence. Okay. What does that magician essence do again? Increases faith. Let's give that to Lucas. He needs more for his gloom gash and bright slice. Okay, is there anything... We're missing a chest. Was there one at the inn that we missed? No, we got the one at the inn. There's 5 buildings. 1... We explored this building, right? Yeah, we did. Oh, there it is. Okay. Wow, that's sneaky. Some full syrups and some frost. Okay. If you want to enter the Lahan forest, go right ahead. The forest is calling out to you. Apart from Zack, I have never known the forest to invite a human in. That must count for something. Okay, well, let's do it. Let's save here. The traveler sees his way through the forest. The druid keeps constant watch over the traveler. The civilian looks away in blissful ignorance. The warrior cannot bear to look at anyone. Okay. There's definitely a puzzle here to be solved. Orc, Gobble, Revel. Okay. Let's go Starshine on the Revel. Bright Slice, finish it off. Youch! Okay, that thing hurts. Horrible Club. Let's go Starshine on the Gobble again. I'm just realizing nobody has healing abilities. Okay, that thing's got a... No. Yikes, okay. Yeah, nobody has healing abilities right now. That's not good. That's bad. I should have used the... Do I even have the ability that does the debuff thing? I don't know. I'll have to check. Yikes! Holy smokes, dude. Wow, didn't even finish him. Okay, one more, please. Please, please, please. There we go. Yeah, nobody's got any healing abilities. That's lovely. Good thing we got lots of tonics. I think just a big tonic is all we need, actually. There we go, yeah. I thought I saw... No, I guess... Whoa, hello. Okay. Okay, that orc is a problem. We need to deal with him right now. Shadow Snare, Gloom Gash, before he can get any buffs. There we go. Good. No Dream. There we go. Good. You can use Blinding Light. And attack the Revel. Good. Aw, mean. Okay, try Blinding Light again. Good. And now Lucas... Faith Break. I don't care. Second Surge on you. There we go. Okay, Amelia, go with try Prism. I just want to see what this does. Just damage, I guess. I think Starshine is still going to be better against those things, though. Haha. Okay, I think I get it. Okay, what were the... Okay, hold on. Let's go with Shadow Snare on the Orc, Gloom Gash on the Orc. Finish that right now. Goodbye. We don't need you anymore. Blinding Light. Blink, 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 blink. Bright Slice. Let's do that on the Gobble this time. Do we have a healing ability? No, we just have the... Okay. Let's just wait. There we go. Evil Eclipse. Ooh. Second Surge. There we go. And now Starshine. Don't want to waste our overflow. It's a good thing we saved all our healing items, though. Okay, so this is the civilian, it looks like. And he was looking to the right. I think that's right. We'll go back and check. But let's finish exploring this path first. Full tonics, good. Oh. Atonement. Hello, what is that? Standard attack removes stat buffs. That's going to be very nice against those orcs. More faith, a lot more attack too. That's a kind of a fitting name for a weapon for Lucas at this current stage in our journey. Yeah, and that one's fully colored in now. These ones are kind of translucent, whereas this guy is now opaque. So, okay, so yeah, we'll see. The Druid is pointed down, the Traveler is pointed up, and the Warrior is pointed left. Okay, we'll remember that. Love these butterflies. Okay, that looks like the Traveler. Let's point him up. Good. Ooh, okay. Let's go Blinding Light. And then you use Bright Slice on the Revel. There we go. That's good. Okay, now use Starshine on the Pyre. Good. I'm just going to defend one turn and try and... Oh. Yeah, try Shadow Snare on the Pyre. Hopefully it doesn't kill it. Good. And now Lucas, Second Surge. Perfect. And now you can finish off with a Shadow Snare. Done. Armor. A Rainbow Cape. What does that do? Complete immunity to Dream. Hello. Hello! Okay, so it's +3 defense, +1 speed, immunity to Dream. Lucas needs more speed. Yep. Okay. Rainbow Cape and Atonement. Both are looking good for Lucas right now. Okay, Gobble and a Rebel, Revel and a Pyre. Let's go Blinding Light and Bright Slice. Good, okay. Uh-oh, not Holy Weaken. Okay, we'll go Starshine on the Rebel. Good. Gloom Gash on the Pyre. Nice, done. Easy. Lucas is level 17 already. That's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna use a small tonic on both of them. There we go. Just top them up a bit. Pyre, Revel, Pyre. Okay, let's go with Blinding Light. Bright Slice on the Revel. Good. Eclipse. Okay, you know what? Finish off the dark one. There we go. Defend for 1 turn. Shadow Snare. Second Surge. And now Shadow Snare, finish it off. Done. Oh, that was a sparkle. Lucid Gel, cool. And a Phoenix Feather, 5 out of 8. Okay. Orc, okay. I'm actually not as worried about that now that we've got Atonement. It sounds like that will reset any buffs, so as long as we can... Let's see, Shadow Snare and Standard Attack. Let's see what this does. A little bit late, but... Okay, it removed everything except for the Renew, but that's not bad. I like that. Amelia is level 14. Sharing Incense, very nice. That's a good item. Is this the... Oh, hi. Hello. Okay. Blinding Light. Yeah, Bright Slice on 1, because these guys look like they've got healing magic. Yeah, they do. Well, you just wasted that, so that's fine. Okay, now, Shadow Snare on the Pyre, and then Lucas... use Bright Slice on the Rebel. Sweet. I think Amelia's going to be fine, so let's have Lucas Second Surge himself. And Shadow Snare finish off the Pyre. Done. Okay. The Maiden, the Druid looked down, I think. There we go. So now we just need to find the Warrior, who I think was looking to the left. Knowledge Badge. Knowledge Badge? What is... Reduces all spirit consumption by half. Hello. Amelia, just take that. Use it. Yeah, just, yep, use it, do it. We're good. We probably won't need to use Second Surge quite so often. Blinding Light. Bright Slice on the Rebel. Holy Weaken. Okay. Evil Eclipse. Okay. Use Starshine on this one. And Gloom Gash on this one. Sweet. I will want to use Second Surge on Amelia soon, but... something about the forest seems different. I wonder if that's maybe like something we had to solve to be able to actually get through it properly. I'm curious. Oh, no, enemy respawned. I don't want to find out. I am curious what would have happened if we hadn't solved that puzzle first. If it would, like, send us around in a loop or something, or... I don't know. Wizard Essence. Is the Wizard Essence what I think it is? Yes, SP increased by 2 points. That I think I'm going to save for someone like Brice. Okay, let's assign our new AP. Lucas, there's no need for anything from you. You need 2 more levels to be able to unlock your last ability. I might as well give you Evil Eclipse. There we go. No need for True Blessing. Yep, there we go. Let's heal up our allies a bit here. We'll do one of those for you. I'll use a big tonic on Lucas. And you know what, let's use up some of these syrups. We've got them. Let's just, yep, make sure everyone's in perfect health. There we go. And now let's save, and we're good. Let's go. You gotta be kidding me. Why won't this stupid beast die already? The Lahan Forest never used to have beasts anywhere near this strong before. How am I supposed to kill this thing? Zach, hold on. You don't have to fight alone. We're coming to help. Lucas? No way, you can't be here. I don't believe this. I thought I killed you in the Granville depths. How is this possible? You should be dead after that wound I gave you. Sorry to disappoint you, but I couldn't die there like that. I've still got too much left to live for. But don't worry about that for now. We need to take this beast down together first. What? Why would you want to help me after what I did to you? Oh, forget that. What makes you think I would even want your help? I'd rather die now than be saved by the likes of you. Lahan Forest used to be a sacred place until Anchor came and ruined it. Now it's slowly dying away and these powerful beasts have invaded. So how dare you come here and act like some hero? Amelia, remember how you protected me in the Granville depths? Let's take this beast down together just like we did back then and save Zach. Blah. Can't really talk right now. Okay, here's my thought. Blinding Light, and then Gloom Gash on this one. Good, that took out one. Dark Weaken, Dark Weaken. Okay, Blinding Light one more time, take out the other two pyres, and we're good. Now, Puncture? Oh wait, whoa, did we miss one? Or did one respawn? Let's try Blinding Light again, see if that... Okay, I think we just didn't quite do enough damage to it the first time. Oh, okay, this thing looks mean now. Let's use Prism. Yeah, we'll just keep using Prism and Puncture. This thing doesn't look like it deals too much damage, so I think we'll be okay. Don't even think we really need to worry about Pink Pollen. No, didn't work. Okay. Yeah, I don't even think we'll need to worry about Second Surge unless Lucas gets particularly low on SP. Youch. Okay, that one hurt a little more than I expected. Oh. Okay. So there is a little bit of a gimmick to this boss. Okay, well, let's use Evil Eclipse. Nice. Try that again. You know what? Spend a turn to use a tonic on Amelia. Good. And use Evil Eclipse again. Nice. Okay, we got those two. Pink Pollen. Missed again. Awesome. I'm really glad that we've got that elemental resist right now. Prism again. Yeah, we'll just keep using Prism and Puncture for now, and I think I'm probably going to use Second Surge right away here. Unless we can kill it beforehand. But Lucas is going to need to use Second Surge on himself right away. Wow, this thing does have a lot of health. Okay, Lucas, you're about to die. But first things first, use Second Surge on yourself. Amelia, just to make sure that he actually gets some XP for this. Full tonic on him. There we go. Pink Pollen, nice, missed again. I think the Rainbow Cape grants the immunity to Dream. Nice, there we go. As for Amelia, I don't know. Right, she's got 50% immunity to Dream. Just got lucky, I guess. Amelia, are you injured? Thank goodness, you seem to be alright. We're lucky to have your druid magic against a beast like that. Remind me to thank Delbert when next I see him. I don't think the same can be said for Zach. Looks like that beast gave a pretty deep wound. His cabin must be just up ahead. Let's get him there quickly. Hopefully with enough rest he should make a full recovery. Although I don't know if that's a good thing or not at this point. The way he looked at me back there, he still wants me dead. Maybe it was a mistake to come here. Did I really expect Zach to just forgive me? What's the point of apologizing? My words aren't going to bring him back as family. I'm still so naive. Vivian, Reyson, and Brice, all of them are in trouble, but instead of helping them, I rushed here. And for what? A petty attempt to fix my past mistakes and make myself feel better? I know what you want to say. Feeling sorry for myself doesn't help. I know that. But I don't know what my next move should be. If I leave Zach like this, he'll still hate me. I suppose all I can do now is wait for him to make a full recovery. Whether he hates me or not, he can't stop me from looking after him. At least not while he's out cold. Maybe it's time that I stop thinking about forgiveness from others. I should just do what's right and not expect anything in return. I don't want to be that selfish boy who joined the army. Sorry, I'm rambling, aren't I? I'll start with the things I can do. I saw a river just outside the cabin. Do you want to help me get some fresh water for Zach? Surprising to see all these well-read books. The book lists the name of all of the Lahan victims. Night essence. Plant is vibrant and really well looked after. The washing bullet has been kept very clean. The teapot has freshly brewed hot coffee. Coffee. I need to get some coffee. It's clearly been used to cook a lot of meals. Small plant pot with a strange herbal smell. I think the polarity is kind of interesting between Zach's cabin and Lucas's, where Lucas's was an absolute mess and a disaster. Nothing was looked after, nothing was kept clean. The stove hadn't been used in a long time. Zach, I guess, works well in isolation and takes good care of himself. I kind of relate to that. I'm the same way. I kind of am better when I'm on my own in some ways. This cabin really reminds me of home. Zach and I were both on opposite ends of the conflict, but we ended up in the same place. We both tried to escape our village and hide away from the truth. No, we're nothing alike. I'm not hiding from anything or anyone. You're the one who can't do the decent thing and accept what you deserve. I've been out seeking justice for what happened. Because it's easier for you to do that than blame yourself. Isn't that right, Zach? You have nothing to blame yourself for. You couldn't have changed the outcome no matter what you did. I couldn't have changed the outcome either. Just because we were there doesn't make us guilty. Those druids would have died whether we were there or not. Your family, they still would have died. Shut up! You have no idea what you're talking about. Don't think for 1 second that saving me from that beast changes anything either, Lucas. I'm not finished with you yet. Seeking revenge like this, I know it feels like it gives you control, but it doesn't. We're both just as powerless to change things as we were that day. Just like killing me won't change anything now. I made sure every druid died as quickly and as painlessly as possible. If I hadn't, then Adre would have tortured them to death. Slowly. I did the best thing for them that I could. Oh, I agree. A quick and painless death would be the best thing for you, too. A shame that's not on special offer today. Slow and painful it is. You still want to fight? Zack, you still haven't fully recovered from your wound. Fighting again won't achieve anything. That's not why I came here to see you. What's this? Involving more people in your mess? You need to hide behind a child? Why don't you fight me fairly one-on-one? I've got no interest in anyone apart from you. Amelia, he's right. Stand down. This isn't your fight. I didn't bring you here to get mixed up in my problems. I don't want you to get hurt because of me. I'll be fine. I think I understand what Amelia's trying to say. Zack, you're fighting alone because you cast everyone aside. That was your own decision. I don't have to make the same mistake as you. I have people I can rely on, and that makes me strong. You could have the same if only you laid down your weapons and saw sense. This isn't about what's fair. This is a battle I've already won. Yeah, we'll see about that. If that's how you want it, then that's fine with me. I've never cared about anyone who got in my way before, and I'm not going to start now. Well, okay. I kind of wonder, actually, if Lucas would be able to take him on by himself. Hysteria kind of sucks right now, though. That's rough. I can't even do anything. How long is this gonna last? Yikes. Okay, this is not good. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. Sharing incense. There we go. Okay. I don't think attack down is an ailment. Let's find out. Nope, sure isn't. Okay. Well, I just have to hit him with whatever I've got then. If my attack is lowered, then I will use Faith. And, we'll just have to use tonics to keep yourself healed. But Zack's actually not hitting very hard. Maybe his injury is more serious than we thought. He's hitting decently hard, but not cripplingly so. That does it. Why couldn't you just leave me here in peace? I thought you were dead. I thought I had avenged my family. You could have left it at that. Why did you come here? To taunt me? Because, Zack, whatever you think you found, it isn't peace. You will never find peace this way. Would killing me have stopped Inker from coming back to Lahan Village in the future? But if you really want to know why I came back here, it's because I know you can help me make a difference. It's because you're one of us. You're my friend, whether you like it or not. But I don't have any friends. I don't have any family. Even the elder of Lahan Village turned her back on me after I told her what I've done. So I don't have anyone. You're wrong. What about Vivian, Reyson, Brice, and even Amelia? We're all in this together now. You don't have to throw all of that away, not if you don't want to. Why can't you see that? Yeah, right. Even after I've tried to kill you twice? I thought I was the one who told all the jokes. As if any of you would want me around anymore. Just go. I won't follow you. The best way to honor the memory of your family isn't by killing for them. It's by preventing other families like them becoming victims too. My journey isn't over until that happens. Vorian and Adre are just men. Killing them won't change a thing. It's the idea that put soldiers in Lahan Village. It's the idea that put weapons into their hands. It's the idea we need to change. Bloomin' heck, Lucas. You really are crazy, aren't you? Humans have hated druids for hundreds of years. Do you honestly think that you can change that without bloodshed? You're right. It is crazy. That's why we all need all the help we can get. You can stay here and wallow by yourself if that's what you want. At least I'm going to try and make a difference. Even if I wanted to help, how am I supposed to face everyone again? After all the things I've done. Not just you and Brice, but Cassie, too. Where do I even begin? Neither of us are proud of what we've done in the past, but we can't let our previous actions define us. We'll never be able to change if we hold on. We need you, Zach. We can make a difference. Besides, I'll be with you every step of the way. The moment you joined up with us in the Heimhold ruins, you weren't on your own anymore. I wish it didn't take something like this for you to see it. I'm not on my own. I guess I never really appreciated traveling with you all. I treated you all as a means to an end. If I had given up on my revenge, I could have had what I really wanted. When I thought I had killed you, I came back here, but nothing had changed. I knew my family still wouldn't be here. I hated knowing that, but I thought I would feel differently. But I didn't. I was so fixated on my goal, I never stopped to think about what would happen after. I never thought I would feel so empty, like I accomplished nothing. I don't think my family wanted this. All these years I've been so angry, I've just been lashing out at anyone in my path. Lucas, I'm so sorry. I've been such a stupid fool. You never forgive me for what I've done. There's nothing to forgive. You suffered enough at the hands of Inker. They're the real cause of all this horror. I'm still alive, and so is Brice. I'm just thankful for that. What about you, little redhead? Sorry about attacking you and all that. I wasn't planning on hurting you, but you gave me a pretty good beating back. You're one tough cookie. Silent treatment for me, is it? That's the way it usually goes with most girls I talk to. Actually, it's not just girls. Most people in general avoid me. This is Amelia. She's a mute. She doesn't talk to anyone, so don't take it personally. She's been a great help. She's Delbert's granddaughter and part of Reyson's family. I couldn't convince Delbert to come with me, so we're hoping Amelia is going to be able to heal Reyson instead. At least that's the plan. We haven't tried it yet. Bloomin' heck, you mean you still haven't healed Reyson? You came here first? Jeez, way to make a guy feel guilty. So I don't have enough remorse to deal with already. Because I knew you needed help just as much as Reyson did. Only it was a different kind of help. We both know Reyson is as tough as old boots, but I hope after everything we aren't too late. Then what in Villnoire are we all standing around here for? I need to speak to the elder of Lahan Village, and then I'll make a decision. Until then, I'll travel through the Lahan Forest with you. Zach has joined the party. Alright. I think, yeah, he's fine where he's at right now. Yeah. That looks like the way out. Warrior Essence and some frost. Okay. Can we... Oh, we're all fully healed. Okay. I was going to say, can we rest up? But we don't need to. What does Zach have for equipment? Still's got pretty much the same stuff. Give him the padded guard. He kept the druid badge. Oh well. Okay, Amelia, you know what? Give Zach the knowledge badge, and then you take the druid badge. There we go. Really maximize her faith and let him cut his ability cost in half. He does have the lowest SP of anybody right now. Okay, I guess we gotta make our way back through. Oh, how much longer do we want to go? I think, that was the wrong one. I didn't need to do that. Gloomgash on the Orc. You, Shining Thorn on the Rebel. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Amelia, Starshine on the Rebel. Lucas, just attack it. Ouch. Sleeping Powder. Did that work? I think so. Yes, it did. And Gloomgash. Done. There we go. Yeah, how much longer do we want to go? We'll definitely return to Lahan Village. We'll talk to the Elder. We will... We may actually then go back to Sekmet and restore Reyson. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. Yeah, I'm guessing that those statues were just as a way for us to get through the forest. I don't actually know. I'm glad you come back to the village to see me, Zach. This means you're finally starting on the path you should have always been on. The path your parents would have wanted you to walk. I guess the nosy Lahan forest told you I was coming? Seriously, that forest really needs to start minding its own business. A man needs a bit of privacy when he's home alone, you know? No, not this time. This time I simply listened to my own instincts. You've grown into a capable young man, and I sense a change in you. I will no longer need to watch over you. A change in me? Sorry, but you're late to the party. I went through puberty quite a few years ago. Don't even attempt to have the chat with me. Trust me, it's not needed. I see. So you still feel like you must hide behind forced laughter. If you are sad, be sad. Please don't bury your feelings, or your feelings will bury you. This is the final thing you must learn. So what? You still hide behind your weird cryptic speeches, so neither of us have really changed much, have we? Then I have decided. You must leave Lahan Village. Staying in this village is a constant reminder of the horror that took place. I want you to continue your journey and see more of the world. A flower cannot grow in the shadows. Before long it will wilt, and will miss its chance to blossom forever. Zach, you also cannot grow if you insist on living in the shadows of the past. Throughout my life I've been called some pretty strange things, but a delicate flower is on a whole new level. It's also probably the nicest thing as well. You really want me to leave, huh? Yes. The best thing you can do is go with Lucas. You'll know when the time is right for you to come back home to Lahan. You will feel it in your heart, and it will welcome you with open arms. My heart? So you still think I actually have one? It's nice to know there's at least one person I don't have to convince. You heard the lady. I'm banished from Lahan, so now you're both stuck with me. You've got an old man to save and some anchor pretty boy butt to kick. Let's get out of here. Return to Sekmet and cure Reyson of his illness. We'll have to catch up with Brice eventually, too. When I first met you, I had a sense about you. I knew you would be the one to help bring Zach to his senses. When I next meet him, I hope he will be back to the joyful boy I remember. Okay. Before we leave the village, though, let's check with the weapon shop. Now that we have Zach, yeah, they will sell us stuff. Lightbrand, Saturn attack, and has holy attribute. 17 attack, 11 faith, but atonement is 19 attack, 11 faith, and a remove stat buffs. I think I'll just keep atonement. But you know what? Let's buy some stuff for everybody else. We're on our way to reunite with them. Let's buy a Ninetales for Vivian. Let's see. Mighty String. No special attributes, but that looks like a good weapon for Zach. Crystal Wand, Ancient Scepter, slightly increased luck. We'll buy that for Reyson. Standard attack, inflict stone, no special attributes. And I'll give Francisca to Brice when we meet up with him. Spell dagger. Standard attack may inflict choke. Well, it's a straight improvement. That is, I think, probably the only thing that I wouldn't call it a gripe, but it is a little disappointing that every weapon and armor is essentially just a straight improvement of the last one. There's not really a lot of reason to use anything with lower stats. Even if it inflicts a status or something, it's just like, well, this is just kind of overall better. Silver suit grants immunity to stone, and knitted garment, no special attributes, but +2 speed. I suspect I'm going to need 2 knitted garments. Maybe even 3. Amelia and Zach both seem to have quite a lot of speed. I know Brice and Vivian are particularly slow. Reyson is kind of average, but I could maybe give him the rogue badge. So let's go with a knitted garment for Reyson and Vivian. Brice and Vivian. And then let's go with silver suits for Amelia, Zach, Reyson. Yeah, Amelia, Zach, and Reyson. And we'll keep the rainbow cape on Lucas. Silver suit, yeah. Bonus defense. Her speed is actually insane, honestly. Zach, silver suit. Good. We're going to unequip all the badges because we will actually reallocate those later. I will equip the Seeker badge to Lucas because we're stepping back out into the world. Okay, everyone's got good stuff. Let's sell all the stuff we don't need anymore. Falchion we don't need. Ninetails we just bought. Slumber Arrow we don't need. Ancient Scepter and Francisco we just bought. The Rabbit Heart, I'm just going to sell it. Standard attack hits all enemies. Who cares? Amelia doesn't attack. She's a spellcaster. Champion Belt, I think we can sell that too. Padded Guards we can sell. Yeah, we got the Silver Suit, we got the Knitted Garments, we got all these badges. I think that is good. We'll maybe do some crafting later as well. Let's see. SP, Attack, and Defense. Real quick, let's take a look. Amelia's got pretty low defend. Zach could maybe use slightly more attack. SP, I'm thinking that's going to go to Brice. Yeah, let's give Zach a bit more attack. Let's give Amelia the Night Essence, and then we'll save this for Brice. Okay, I think we're good. We bought some good gear. I think we are ready to go and reunite with Reyson and Vivian, heal him up, and then eventually we're going to have to go find Brice and see... Yeah, we'll have to go find Brice back at the cabin. I'm thinking we may actually do all of that. You know, we don't have to go through any dungeons for any of that, so why not? This looks like Branca. We still are missing one of those gems as well. Maybe we can get it now that we have this boat. Maybe there's another place we have yet to explore. But if that was Branca, then this here... Yep, this looks like Sekmet. So let's stop in here. How are we supposed to get in there? Oh, I see. Yeah, let's go heal Reyson right now. Wait, what? Why can't I? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, let's go heal, Let's go heal Reyson. Lucas? It's about time you shut up. Reyson has been slowly getting worse. Vivian hasn't been able to sleep with all the worry. You'd better hurry up and get inside. I like how the cutscenes play out the second you enter the place that you're supposed to be. It just feels very natural that way. A little slow, a little bit slow-paced, but it does feel natural. Lucas? Thank goodness you're okay. It's been so long since you left, I thought something terrible must have happened to you all. I can't tell you how relieved I am just to see you. All Hold on a moment, who's this young druid with you? What about Brice and Dalbert? Why aren't they here too? It's nice to see you too, Vivian. Sorry we've made you worry. It's quite a long story and it's not going to be easy hearing some of this. I'll tell you everything that's happened. I can't believe what I'm hearing. All this time we were traveling together, you were lying to us all. How dare you show your face here again? We don't need help from someone like you. Vivian, I'm sorry. Please, allow me to explain properly. That day was the worst day of my entire life, and if I could change things, I would. You have to understand, I had no other choice. How could you attack Brice? What on Villnoire is wrong with you? Anyone with half a brain could tell he's just a gentle soul. He would never hurt anyone. Bloomin' heck, since when did you have the hots for Brice? I thought you were weak at the knees for Lucas. Jeez, your heart's just bleeding all over the place, isn't it? Makes you feel any better, I also tried to kill Lucas too, right after I realized Brice was the wrong person. Actually, does that make it worse? Yeah, I guess it does. Of course that doesn't make me feel any better. Lucas and Brice might still be alive, but what about Cassie? I've known all along we shouldn't have trusted you. Besides, who said I even fancied Brice anyway? Because I don't. He's been a good friend and a good listener, that's all. At least he actually wants to help us, unlike you, Zach. Vivian, stop. This isn't getting us anywhere. Amelia is here to help Reyson. The longer we stand around arguing, the longer until we can cure him. We've wasted enough time already. I'm sorry, you're right. It's been hard being here on my own. Watching over Reyson, wondering if you're going to make it back in time, wondering if you were ever going to come back at all. I'm sorry you had to see that. My name is Vivian. You're probably too young to remember me, but I'm your cousin. You've changed so much since I last saw you, I didn't recognize you at first. It's great to finally meet you again. Thank you so much for coming all this way. I'm grateful for anything you can do to help Reyson. He's in a lot of pain. Would you mind trying your druid magic? Vivian, where are you? Reyson, you're awake. You stupid fool. You stupid, stupid fool. What were you thinking by pushing yourself to the limit like that? You could have died, don't you realize that? Lucas, I think that's our cue to slowly sneak off. Why don't we go both give them a bit of personal family time? I really don't think they'll want to see us dropping. You certainly changed your tune. What happened to the Zach Elmary who loved family drama? Not that I'm complaining, of course. If it's about what Vivian said, just give her some more time. Nah, I just think there's been enough drama for 1 week, don't you? Come on, I'll buy you a beer to make us even for the whole attempted murder thing. Well, maybe 2 beers to make us even. Do you remember what happened? You collapsed in the middle of Sekmet. We met with Amalia and she told us the truth about what you've been doing. There's no point in denying it now. Yes, I remember. I assume you're still angry at me for holding back information on your true parentage. If you were, then I don't blame you at all. You've every right to be. No, I'm not angry with you about that. I'm angry because you hid your illness from me. You let it get so bad you put your own life at risk. Why would you hide something like that? Wasn't it obvious? I didn't want to worry you or Muriel. I knew if I told you the truth you would try to stop me from going to Inca. You know that this is something I must do, no matter the cost. I'm always going to worry about you no matter what happens. At least if you tell me the truth about your problems, we can work them out together. Reyson, what are you doing? Should you be out of bed so soon? You might not have fully recovered yet. You've been barely conscious with a high fever for the last week. I feel fine, and this time I'm telling the truth. In fact, I need to start telling the truth more. Everything I've said was only to protect you. Now I see that I caused you more grief than good. I'll never forget the day I met you. I caught you wandering the streets of Inca alone. You must have been about 4 years old. It was a freezing winter night and you didn't have any shoes on. It wasn't the first time I had been to Inca searching for druid orphans. Amalia and I had rescued dozens of druid children, but I had never wanted to adopt any of them myself. But when I picked you up on that cold winter night and you clung to me so tightly, I fell in love with this little life in my arms. From that point on, I had a daughter to call my own. After that, we stayed in Sekmet for a while. You loved it here. Every day you would be out playing in the sand. It's like you had forgotten the whole ordeal in Inca. It wasn't until a few years later you started asking about your real parents. I don't know what triggered it, but out of the blue you wanted to know everything about them. So you decided to lie to me. You told me that my parents were druids from Casanero and they died bravely in the attack on Branca. Why didn't you make up a story instead of telling the truth? Or why did you make up a story instead of telling me the truth? Yes, I lied. I wanted you to be proud of who you are. Your real parents abandoned you. How could I look you in the eye and tell you that? Tell you that your birth parents didn't want you. I wanted you, and that was always enough for me. It was the only truth that mattered to me. But I still always worried that me alone wouldn't be enough for you. There was one thing I told you that was the truth. That pendant was a gift from your real parents. Muriel and I gave you that pendant because we are your real parents. That part was never a lie. It's just like when I said when you first woke up, you really are a silly old fool. I'm proud to have you as my father. You're more than enough. Okay, so that's 38 games in a rebellion in a row that you've won now. I'm not saying you're lying, but are you absolutely certain you haven't played this game before? No one beats me this badly. That was the most sinister smile I've ever seen from a little girl in my entire life. Let's call it ridiculous beginner's luck, eh? I'm just glad you're not old enough to gamble real money. As entertaining as it is to watch Amelia destroy Rebellion, we should head back to Amalia's house. It's been over an hour. That should have given them enough time to talk things over. Lucas, it is good to see you again. Vivian has informed me of everything. I owe a great deal of gratitude to you for bringing Amelia here. You acted selflessly, and with decorum. Of course, I owe special thanks to you, Amelia. Thank you for saving my life. For all intents and purposes, I am but a stranger to you, yet you came to my aid regardless. I see Dalbert has raised you to be a fine young lady. Your mother would be proud to call you her daughter, as I am proud to call you my niece. Your ability as a druid is truly exceptional. I fear I've missed so much of your life already. This experience has made me realize how important family is. If you wish to accompany us, nothing would bring me greater joy. I feel exactly the same, Amelia. Besides, if my father pushes himself too much again, which is likely, you'll be able to heal him. I'm afraid stubbornness is a big trait of the Elmore family. Reyson, when you say you've been told about everything, I assume Vivian has told you about my past as well. The things I did when I was in the Inca army. Yes, I have heard everything. I believe Vivian simply wanted to spare you from saying those words again. It was brave of you to share those details with us. I understand it wasn't easy. If I was ever given the option between a slow and torturous death at the hands of Adre or a swift end by your blade, I would always choose the latter. I would be thankful to have the choice. When I first conceived our plan to recruit you, I believed I would have to convince you to help us. I used Vivian to help lure you in because I had no faith in you. For that, I am truly sorry. I see now that you have been protecting my kind since the beginning, whether it was protecting my daughter from beasts or providing a painless end to those at Lahan Village. You are not a murderer. I always said those words to myself. I'm not a murderer. Sometimes it takes another person to say it before you can start to believe it. I only wish I was brave enough to say something sooner. We can all be guilty of clinging on to the thing that kills us. Pushing myself to have justice for my brethren put me in that state, just like holding on to guilt caused you prolonged pain. So where does that leave me? If you're all being buddy-buddy with Lucas, then you probably hate me now. Vivian made herself pretty clear, especially as she wants to jump Brice's royal bones. Zack, you are disrespectful, rude, and obnoxious. You put Lucas and Brice in serious danger. But when did I ever say I hated you? I've never said that because I don't hate you. There's one thing I'll never forget. When Bronco was attacked, the soldiers stormed in, and I knew straight away I couldn't fend them off by myself. I prayed that Lucas or my father would save me, but they didn't come in time. You came and fought alongside me. We both protected Muriel and Tradley. If you hadn't been there that day, I probably would have died in that room. I've always picked on all the bad things you've said or done. Never once have I thanked you for that day. I never once thanked you for protecting my family. Thank you, Zack. I don't know whether your words killed Cassie or not. She may have jumped regardless, but we won't ever know for sure. Zack, that's up to you to live with now. That's your burden, not mine. Bloomin' heck, that's not what I was expecting from you at all. I'm feeling love in this room right now. If Reyson is handing out any more of those hugs, I'm next in line. What I mean to say is, I'm sorry. Or maybe I should be saying thank you. I don't know. Ugh, I don't really know how to behave in these sickly sweet situations. Ugh, so none of you laugh at my numerous quality jokes, but the minute I try to be serious, you all burst into tears of laughter? That's great. Real good for my self-esteem. On the subject of being serious, I think it's time we all left Sekmet. Brice is waiting for us at my cabin in Palmyra. At least, I hope he is. After that, we can discuss our next move. So, back to the place our journey began. Even more importantly, we will finally get to meet the woman who has captured your heart, Lucas. I'm back to normality and ready to leave at your behest. Okay, I think we actually will visit the cabin. And then we will meet up with Brice. It's the last thing to do. And out of everything that has happened so far, there's still one last person who hasn't been completely honest about everything that's been going on. And so I think it's time we resolve that now. Yeah, time to let everything come to light. And then we will end the episode there. Oh, what's this? This looks like Granavel. I'm fairly certain this is Granavel. Yeah. Yeah, we've already explored that area. Okay. I'm curious where that last gem is, the one that we're still missing. Maybe here? Or is this, oh, maybe. This does not look familiar. The red jewel. Okay, we found the last one. Awesome. So we can actually head back to the Maiden of that Temple of Palmyra now, and explore that area. So we'll actually probably do that next episode, before we even carry on with our journey, because from what I remember, it's like an optional super dungeon type thing. Oh, that's Lahan Village. Okay. And it would be kind of nice to get a full picture of that before we close off the story. Because, yeah, once you beat the game just ends. So it'd be nice to, yeah, just fully explore everything that there is to see. Do we have to go the long way? Do we really? I don't wanna. I think we actually have to go through Palmyra Woods. I don't see any way to just dock at the cabin, so I think we actually do have to go all the way through Palmyra Woods, which it's not exactly going to be challenging, but it's more time than I wanted to spend on this. That's okay. I am not gonna bother equipping everybody right now. We're just gonna go straight through. We will gear everybody up once we are reunited with Brice. Okay, back through Palmyra Woods. We're gonna make our way to Lucas's cabin, reunite with Brice, and then we're gonna call the game, or call the episode there. This one is probably gonna go on a little bit longer than the other episodes up to now, but that's okay. I wonder if we can just one-shot these things now. I'd be surprised if we can't, honestly. A standard attack might even be enough. Well, not from Amelia. But yeah, from these guys it should be. Oh, wow, okay. Still, it's not like it takes a lot to get through these things. We will try to avoid them if we can, but that might not be possible in some situations like that. Here, let's do this. Bright Slice, attack the goblet. There we go. That works. I wonder if I can... Yeah, that's right. Okay, and I think that gets us through. Yeah, perfect. Okay, we'll go to the secluded cabin. We're going to save up right here. Alright, and let's see if Brice is actually waiting for us here. Honestly, this is one of my favorite parts of the game. It's also my least favorite, but we'll get to it. Kyra? You're here. You're really here. I don't believe it. I knew it was your voice I heard in the Granaville depths. I thought I would never see you again. Look who it is. Daddy's here. He's come home to us. You gonna give me a name now? You promised Mommy that you would, and I've been waiting for so long. Lucas, it's fantastic to see you. I'm terribly sorry that I had to leave you in Granaville. I had no other option. Besides, I knew you were safe in safe hands with Dalbert and Amelia. Kyra, you're not making any sense. You didn't leave me in Granaville. You left me here. You left me alone in Palmyra. Don't you remember? What do you mean? Kyra is not here. I searched everywhere, but there was simply no trace of her. I vowed to find her before you returned, so I traveled to Palmyra Village. The people in Palmyra were not forthcoming. I was just about to give up hope until I spoke with Mayor Brandt. He told me the upsetting truth about Kyra. You know she is not here, Lucas. Seeing you standing there next to her, it all makes sense at last. I finally know exactly who you are. I think I've always known, but it was too awful to believe. To believe it. I know that you're not real. You're just a shadow of someone who could have been. No, I'm not a shadow. I'm a real girl. I told you that already. I don't tell lies. Lies are bad. You're my daddy, and I'm your little girl. You have the same hair color as her. You have the same laugh as her. You even have her eyes. You look just like her because that's how I always imagined you would. You don't have a name because I never had the chance to give you one. You never even had a chance to be born. Kyra died while she still carried you. No, I really am real. I promise. You can give me a name right now, and then I can be your little girl forever. We can all be a family together. I can't give you a name. You never became a real person. The truth is, I never even knew if we were going to have a boy or a girl. My child never became the flicker of light I see in front of me. You look exactly like Kyra because I never got the chance to meet you. I never got the chance to see you grow or what you would look like. You're just a glimpse of what could have been. I'll never be able to move on with my life if you continue to haunt me. I made you up, so I still have an attachment to Kyra. I have to face up to the truth. Kyra's dead, and so are you. Please, Daddy. Please, don't send me away. We're back in control of Amelia. Well, that was a bit unexpected, wasn't it? I know Brice is a bit feminine looking, what with all that poofy hair, but mistaking him for your dead wife? It's pretty messed up. I guess it's just like Elder Alistia said. If you bury your feelings will bury you. In other words, if you don't open up more, you'll have a psychotic episode. Scary thought. It was a terrible fright to see Lucas collapse so suddenly. When I fainted in Sekmet, I must have put Vivian through the same ordeal. Just like I needed help, Lucas also needs our support. Every single one of us has lost someone dear to them. We all handle grief in different ways. There is no wrong or right way. I do not believe Lucas lied to us. He simply lied to himself. Hey there, Amelia. Is Lucas still unconscious? It all happened so suddenly it was like he became possessed. One minute he was talking to someone who wasn't there, then he dropped to the floor. He's been looking out for all of us throughout this journey. Makes me wonder who's looking out for him. Feels like none of us have, when it should have been all of us. He went into Heimhold's ruins against all opposition to find Brice. He selflessly went to Granville to help save my father. He even put himself in harm's way just to talk to Zack again. It's delightful to see you again, Amelia. I'm glad I left Lucas in your capable hands. We both owe you a great debt. I pray there was little trouble in Granville after I lured the soldiers away. However, this wound is unlike the one he obtained in the Granville depths. This wound is in his heart. Oh, excuse me. I'm afraid it cannot be seen, and it cannot be treated. All we can do is give him time. Amelia, please stay with the rest of the group for now. We'll need to stay here in case Lucas needs us. Let's go check on Lucas again, I guess. What happened? How did I end up here? Where is everyone? Lucas, thank goodness you are awake. You gave us all such an awful fright. Do you remember what happened? You were talking to me, though I don't believe you recognized me. Then without warning, you simply stopped. You stood there as though all life had left your body. You were dreaming, yet you were still awake. It was a most unsettling sight. You all know, don't you? You know that Kyra's dead. You must think I'm deranged lying about it. She's been gone for years. I knew everyone would find out eventually, but it didn't stop me. Lucas, no one here thinks that about you. You had your reasons, I'm sure of that. I just wish you felt like you could talk to us about it. If you ever need to talk, we'll listen. Vivian, I don't think you understand. When you don't want to believe the truth, then talking about it is the problem. Talking about it makes it real. Bloomin' heck, Lucas. Haven't you learned anything yet? I literally devised a whole murder plot because I was too stubborn to listen to reason. A stab in the chest should be a good wake-up call. Indeed. Had I discussed my ailment with Vivian sooner, then I would not have collapsed in Sekmet. I would not have been such a burden on to you all. Talking is never the problem, Lucas. I still remember all the days in Inker we spent together, and how one never went by without Kyra's name passing your lips. You always spoke about her with adoration. You can find those words again. Kyra and I grew up together. We always had this special bond, even when we were children. She had this infectious smile, and she saw the good inside of everyone, including me. When I was in Inker, she was always on my mind. Knowing I could see her again was another reason I wanted to leave. I knew I could tell her about everything, and I knew she wouldn't judge me. When I came back to Palmyra, it was almost like nothing had changed between us. I built this cabin for her. This was going to be our home, and our place to be together forever. I'm glad you had that time. I did not care that I had given up my life when I helped you escape. My life was never my own to begin with. Believing that you and Kyra both reconciled kept me sane. The short time we had together was so precious. She fell pregnant soon after I returned. It was a dream come true for us. We were both so happy. But all dreams come to an end one way or another. Every day I could see the toll the pregnancy was taking on her. She had a strong mind, but her body was weak. One morning I woke up and reached across, but she was cold. She was so cold. I just couldn't let go of the life I imagined for us. I wanted a child to grow up and live the life I never could. I had everything I wanted in an instant. I had nothing. I tried to tell Mayor Brent the truth, but the words wouldn't come. I tried the next day and the day after that, but I couldn't say it. Every day it became harder than the last. The people of Palmyra Village would ask about her whenever they saw me. We talked about her like the vibrant life she was. If she wasn't dead, then I didn't have to feel the pain. When I first met you all, I could have told the truth. I didn't have to lie, but I wanted to. I don't expect you to understand, but talking as if she was alive made it feel like she was. It's quite all right, Lucas. There is no need to explain anything further to us. No one here is judging you for your actions. We are all entitled to have some peace in our lives. You simply told us that you were a married man. If that is the truth in your heart, then it is the truth to me too. Kyra may be gone from this realm, but people never truly leave us. Remember what you told me, don't you, Lucas? It's not peace that you have. You'll never find real peace like this. You convinced me to see things as they are, not what you want them to be. We all saw exactly what this is doing to you. You lost it, Lucas. You didn't even see Brice, you saw Kyra, didn't you? You're not living in a dream. You're living in the nightmare you created. To lie about her still being alive is an insult to her memory. It's an insult to everyone back at Villnoire Village. To all her friends who think she's still living with you. Get real, Lucas. Zach, that's enough. Can't you rein yourself in for 5 seconds? We're supposed to be here to support Lucas, not berate him. You haven't always made the right choices either. No. Zach is right. I told Zach to face up to the truth, but I couldn't even do it myself. I'm such a hypocrite. If I wasn't so weak, I would never have gotten myself tangled in this mess. I shut myself away in this cabin because without Kyra, I thought I had no purpose anymore. But that isn't the case now. I have a purpose. I have 5 of them standing right in front of me. That is true for me too. For years, I saw nothing in the darkness of my prison cell. Now I can see the light again. You are all aflame to keep the darkness at bay. I pray I can continue with you. Of course you can. We still have our mission to finish, don't we? I know we need to get to Inker as soon as possible, but there's one more thing I must do first. I must speak with Mayor Brandt. Wow. It's a little surreal, kind of looking around the cabin. I can only imagine what life would have been like for Lucas after that day, where he woke up and found Kyra like that. It kind of makes me think it makes sense why his cabin is not exactly well kept, and why he himself has not really had an easy time keeping himself together. I mean, you look around this cabin and it looks like a kind of place where a small family would live, and then to wake up one day and just have it be just you. Yeah, it's a lot to... That's a lot to carry. Okay, well, let's get out of here. Let's, Alright, let's go back to Palmyra Woods. Palmyra Village. We'll talk to Mayor Brandt. And then I think we're going to call the episode there. I just don't want to leave this unfinished. I kind of want to make sure that this little story beat has a chance to fully play itself out. And then we can save and quit, and next episode we can see about going to Inker or the Maiden's Temple, wherever we want to end up going. We'll kind of figure that out next time, but for now, let's finish what we just started here. Hold on a moment, there's something I want to say. I've been thinking, and I need to speak to Mayor Brandt on my own. I don't want anyone else to speak for me or make excuses for my actions. sure that's what you want, Lucas? After what just happened, I'm not sure it's a good idea for you to be on your own. I'll come with you. This is a conversation best had by the two people who knew Kyra best. I left Palmyra Village on a sour note with Mayor Brandt, and it's down to me to sort things out. Don't worry, I won't be long. Respected wishes, Vivian. We shall reconvene at the Palmyra Inn later. If we are to travel to Inca shortly, then I believe it would be a good chance to enjoy a quiet moment. Let's be off. So yeah, we'll have a conversation with Mayor Brandt, and then we'll save, and then next episode we'll start by going to Palmyra Inn. Do not fret, Amelia. I shall escort you around the village. Did you know there's an alchemist here? Shall we see if she can make us something tasty to eat? I bet you have a rather sweet tooth. From the little I spoke with Mayor Brandt, he seems to be an understanding man. I believe you'll be more than relieved once you've spoken to him. I'll make sure everyone waits for you patiently. Thank you, Brice, for everything. Thank you for not judging me. You really are my best friend. I'll see you back at the inn shortly. Okay, let's go talk to Brandt. Lucas, finally you're back in Palmyra Village. I've been worried about you. You vanished without a trace and you didn't mention it to anyone in the village while you had gone. You were actually worried about me? Why would you be? The last time we spoke I was nothing but rude to you. I honestly didn't think you would care whether I left Palmyra for good. Of course I care, Lucas. I've known you since you were knee-high. The first time you left Palmyra, it was to join the Inca army, against my wishes. I wouldn't want to see you do that again. I promised your parents if you ever returned I would keep you out of trouble. I also made the same promise to Kyra once. She thought she might not live to see you return here. Kyra was always such a sickly and weak child. It was remarkable she ever made it to adulthood. I always believed it was because she was waiting to see you again. One last time. We got to spend a few precious months together. Kyra made me so happy I just wanted it to last forever. It's so unfair. She deserved to have so much. She deserved better than waiting for me. I'm sorry. I couldn't bring myself to tell you the truth. I wanted Palmyra Village to be a place where she was still alive. Coming here was like going back to a better time. I know it was wrong. It's okay, Lucas. We understand. Everyone in the village knew already. We knew Kyra had passed. You didn't need to tell us. We were happy that Kyra lived longer than we ever expected. That's what I can't understand. If you all knew this whole time, why didn't you say anything? Why did you all go along with my fantasy? When you came back from Inca, you were a mess. Kyra seemed to be the only thing holding you together. Whatever happened to you in the Inca army, it clearly had a horrible effect on you. Everyone in Palmyra cares about you, Lucas. No one wanted to see you regress to how you were when you first returned. We knew you would tell us the truth when you were ready, so we waited for you. It must have been hard for you to do that for me. I only ever cared about my own grief. I never thought about the rest of Palmyra. I don't know, however, how I can ever apologize. Lucas, this is your apology. We can all move on with our lives now. It's time we stopped living like a life of denial. Kyra would have hated to see you torture yourself like this, and so do I. I know. I want to move on, but I'm not sure if I can. Sometimes when I'm alone, I can still hear her voice. I can still see her. I know it's all in my head, but it feels so real. You know, your friend Brice came here asking about Kyra, and we ended up having the most wonderful conversation. He told me all about the good days you had together in the Inca army. He also told me about all the new friends you've made and how much of the world you've seen since you left Palmyra. Kyra didn't get the chance to live a full life, but you can. So do it for her. You're right. I will. I promise I will. It isn't a promise just to you, it's also a promise to her. I shouldn't have taken my anger out on you the last time we spoke. Brant, I'm sorry. Say no more. I've already forgotten about it. We can all look forward from now on. Besides, you're here with your friends, aren't you? Don't keep them waiting any longer. Go and be with them. Kyra was lucky to have you looking out for her. When you told me not to join the Inca army, I always thought you were interfering. Now I know you just wanted me to have more time with her. I realize now that Kyra is always going to be with me. I don't have to live in the past to be with her. There's a bit of Kyra in everything I do. She guides me forward. I've been attending Kyra's grave in your absence. She's been buried in such a peaceful place I'm certain that would have been what she wanted. I'm hopeful I can leave flowers there every day. Okay, we're gonna call it here. We may spend some time talking with the other citizens of Palmyra next episode. I'm curious if any of their dialogue has changed. And then of course we will stop at the inn and continue with the story and continue with the plot. But for now, I think that's gonna do it. So yeah, that's a lot to kind of take in. So I think that's gonna be it for this episode. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time on Villnoire.